Hi everyone, I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell, and it's time for another edition of News 2 Gives Back. This is brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators. And we continue to honor those that helped play a role in the Covenant tragedy that took place back in late March, and we want to honor and recognize some additional crews that were there to help in that very horrible and tragic situation. We are helping, and we're also wanting to recognize the ATF, the Nashville office here for that. And I'm here with Special Agent in Charge Marcus Watson. Thank you for your time today to talk to us. Tell us about your role and the ATF's role in the Covenant tragedy.
Well, Marcus, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out to support us and your sponsors. As it relates specifically to the Covenant school shooting or any mass shooting, our first role is to protect the public through supporting our state and local partners. So obviously you had a very active scene. We came as a force multiplier. We ended up subsequently going out with the investigative teams and then kind of functioning in our primary jurisdiction of regulating the industry, backtracking where the firearms came from. So that was primarily our function there: scene security, officer safety, and then ultimately regulating the industry.
Okay. All right. And gun safety and use has become an increasingly big topic in our society following this and following other shootings that we've had, unfortunately, over the country. What advice can you offer to people about the appropriate gun use?
Well, the best thing to do is know where your guns are at all times. Safe firearms possession, safe firearms use. ATF has no issue with people who own multiple guns or a sports shooting or what have you. It's when irresponsible action takes place, like leaving the gun in an unlocked car, leaving the gun in the gym bag, or leaving the gun unattended, and that gun ultimately gets used in the crime. That's where things happen. But as it relates to ATF being out to take people's guns, that's simply not true.
Sure. Okay. And tell us more about your service here. And you're more than just firearms. What all do you all do for this community?
Well, ATF actually has a silent E on the end, so it's alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives. Okay. Our primary role is A, to protect the public, and B, to regulate the firearms and the explosive industry. So I have a regulatory side of industry operation investigators that go out and they regulate your firearms industry. They do firearms counts, they make sure the inventory is right. They also do the same thing in the explosive industry. And in Middle Tennessee in particular, there's a lot of manufacturers of explosives, and those explosives are used sometimes in farming and road construction. So we have a very diverse agency, and people only see narrowly one side sometimes, and that's the boys in blue, if you will, that go out and are on the scenes.
Okay. And last question for you is there ever a time that people need to contact you all directly, or is a lot of times it's through their local law enforcement who will eventually bring you all into special situations?
It's actually interesting you ask that question. We get calls all day, every day about firearms related questions, about changes in firearm laws and arm braces and trigger, everything that you can imagine. But generally, if it's a crime, we work with our state and local partners initially to kind of get our boots on the ground and get going.
Okay, that's great information, and that's something that I didn't necessarily know either, but it's good to know that people can contact you all in case of that. Thank you so much, Mr. Watson, for your time, and we would just want to thank you so much for your service to our community, and especially during that Covenant tragedy. But we know you all do a lot every single day, not just for this community, but also for the United States to keep us safe. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Marcus, and again, thank you and your partners for coming out and giving us the tip of the hat. We appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely, and we're very proud and thankful to bring them lunch today, all provided by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators. We'll continue to honor some additional law enforcement agencies that were helpful in the Covenant tragedy. We'll do that again next week. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell, and we hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday.